Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmadu wa nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. We were discussing the verse of the Aad, the destruction. Remember, we just briefly recap. They were the people that came 5 generations after Noah alayhi salam. Big, strong, powerful people, broad chest, big, tall. And and their power, the wealth that Allah Ta'ala gave them, instead of it increasing them in obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it increased them in obstinacy. And then they were struck by a heavy drought. Then they sent it. Even in that time, you see the Makkah, the Kaaba was revered. So it was always from beginning history. That's why we say that the Kaaba was always there from the beginning of time. That's why we say Ibrahim al-Qawaida. Ibrahim only raised the foundations after it was destroyed. So inna awwala bayt wudi'a lin-nasi alladhi bi Bakkah. The first house was inna awwala bayt wudi'a lin-nasi alladhi bi Bakkah. The first house that was the house of Allah Ta'ala was the one in Bakkah, which is Makkah. So even according to them, the Makkah was a revered, it was a sacred place. It was a place of sanctity. So they sent a delegation there, and then when they came there, they saw the cloud, but they thought this is rain clouds. But in fact, there was a cloud of azab. And then the punishment came, right? So that we were discussing. So they say, وَقَالُوا هَذَا آرِضٌ مُمْطِرُنَا أَمْطَرَ يُمْطِرُ, to give rain. So when they saw this cloud, they said this is arada ya'ridu, something which presents itself. This is something mumtiruna. It will give us rain, right? But بل هو ما استعجلتم به ريح فيها عذاب أليم. But rather it is that you are seeking. When many a times you see throughout, when the prophets call the people towards Islam, many different verses, they say, look, if you don't heed the message, if you don't respond to the call of Allah and His Rasul, whoever the Rasul is of the time, then an azab will come to you. So they used to say, bring the azab, show us the azab, bring it. You're just speaking, show us the azab. So this masta'ajaltum bihi, that you are seeking, it must be rihun fiha azabun alim, a wind in which is a painful punishment, to damiru kulla shay, which will destroy everything in his way. Ay tuhliku kulla shay'in marrat bihi, it will destroy everything that comes, that it passes. That was so. I don't know. You see a tornado. These tornadoes, it's like a swirling winds. So anything that comes in its path, obviously that thing doesn't come in its path, but it travels. It travels. So that thing goes to the thing. But that's our way of expression. You say it comes in its path, but anything where it crosses, it destroys it, uproots trees, takes off roofs, etc. So this was so you can say a huge tornado, right? So تدمر كل شيء, it destroyed, تهلك كل شيء مرت به. فسخر الله عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام حسوما. So Allah Ta'ala subjugated, He sent upon them 7 ليال, for 7 nights and 10 days, أياما حسوما, continuously. كما قال الله تعالى, والحسوم حسوم يعني الدائمة. Now, honest, imagine if you have something which is continuous. You have a wind, it just came for 1 day, so by the next day you can start, cleaning up. You have a flood, 1 day it rains, so the next day the sunshine come out, you can take your, you start cleaning up, you hang out your clothes, you hang out your blankets, everything. But here, for 7 days continuously, there was no respite. You get a hammering for 7 days, right? No time to breathe. فَلَمْ تَدَعْ مِنْ عَادٍ, He did not leave from Ad anybody except that he was destroyed. وَقَدْ قَالَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى, that Allah says in the Quran, read it verse, وَلَمَّا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا.
الرحمن الرحيم. ولما جاء أمرنا نجينا عودا والذين معه برحمة منا ونجيناهم.
وَلَمَّا جَاءَ أَمْرُنَا, when our command came, نَجَّيْنَا هُودًا, we saved Huda salam, because he and those who heeded the call, وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا مَعَهُ بِرَحْمَةٍ مِنَّا, because of mercy from us, وَنَجَّيْنَاهُمْ مِنْ عَذَابٍ غَلِيظٍ, and we saved them from a painful punishment. Carry on.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وقد ورد الحديث الذي رواه الإمام أحمد في مسنده قريب مما أورده محمد بن إسحاق بن الحارث البصري.
Yeah. So what I say, وقد ورد في الحديث الذي رواه الإمام أحمد في مسند قريب. So this is وقد ورد قريب. So it's something what Imam Ahmad is mentioned earlier. There's another hadith which mentions something similar. That's what he's saying. وقد ورد في الحديث الذي رواه الإمام أحمد في مسند قريب مما أورده محمد بن إسحاق. He writes something similar, and he narrates from Harith al-Bakri. He said, what is it? Read it now.
قال إن عادا كفروا فبعث وافدا لهم يقال له قيل فمر بمعاوية
Yeah. إن عادا قحطوا, that Ad was corrupted by a drought. فبعثوا وافدا لهم, they sent a delegation وافدا لهم يقال له قيل, which was it was called قيل, right? فمر بمعاوية بن بكر, this delegation passed by Muawiyah ibn Bakr, right?
قام عنده شهرا ليسقيه الحق.
So this delegation was supposed to go and go seek help by the Haram, etc. They passed by this person here, Muawiyah ibn Bakr, right? فأقام إنه شهرا يسقيه. They stayed by him and they were drinking alcohol for 1 month. So instead of turning towards Allah Ta'ala, see what happened.
يغنيه
وتغنيه.
جاريتان وقالوا لهما الجرادتان.
Yeah, and then he got two singing girls to sing for them. وتغنيه جاريتان يقالوا, right?
فلما مضى الشهر خرج إلى جبال مهرب قال اللهم إنك تعلم إني لم أجد إلى مريض فأداويه ولا إلى أسير فأداويه
فأغفاديه.
اللهم عادا كنت تسقيه فمرت به سحابات
Right.
منها اذكر.
Yeah. So this person, فلما مضى الشهر خرج إلى جبل مهرة. He went to the جبل مهرة فقال اللهم إنك تعلم أني لم أجي إلى مرض فأداويه. Allah Ta'ala, you know, I did not come here for a sick person that I must cure him. ولا إلى أسير فأفاديه, or neither for a poor, for a prisoner so that I may ransom him. I never come for that stuff here. What I came for this, Allahumma, right? I came, Allahumma isqi. We came to you, to the Haram, because of Ad, that they have been, their water has been withheld. They are facing drought, right? Right?
مرت به سحابات سود
So then Allah Ta'ala sent these dark clouds, right?
نودي منها فأومأ إلى سحابة منها سوداء.
So they said, choose. فأومأ إلى سحابة منها سوداء. Then he chose the cloud in which was darkness, because generally the cloud is dark, it is heavily laden with water.
فنودي منها خذها رمادا رمدا.
So it was said to him, خذها, take this cloud, Ramadan Ramdadan, right? It has like dark ashes in it, right? It will, this cloud here, it will not leave from out anybody, it will destroy them.
بلغني أنه بعث الله عليهم من ريح إلا قدر ما يجري في قدمي
في خاتمي.
في خاتمي هذا حتى.
Right. So he said, فما بلغني, it did not reach me. فأنه, that Allah Ta'ala بعث الله عليهم من الريح, that Allah Ta'ala sent such a wind, إلا قدر ما يجري به خاتمي هذا, that such a wind, ما يجري في خاتمي هذا حتى حلقوا, that my end did not flow except that they were destroyed in it, right?
فقال وكانت المرأة والرجل إذا بقوا وحدهم قالوا لا تكن نوافذ.
Yeah. So this waft that was sent, they were supposed to go to the Haram and they supposed to make dua, but they got distracted and they were drinking alcohol on the way and they were listening to music, etc., etc. So they never go for the purpose for which they were sent. So after this, whenever you want to tell a person like, do this work, do your work properly, don't get distracted. You say, لا تكن وافدا وكذا إذا بس say لا تكن كوافد عاد. Don't be like the delegation of Ad that got distracted from their true purpose. So even in this world, like we can say, we have been sent to earn our akhirat. We have been sent to earn our akhirat, to build our akhirat. We shouldn't get distracted and enjoy the pleasures or get beguiled or lose focus with the pleasures of this dunya, right? So that brings us then to the end of the story of Ad, right? And Hud alayhi salam. And this is, we done the last thing is another hadith here that explained how, despite their shenanigans, at the end, even when they were going to seek help from Allah Ta'ala, what happened to them? So read the next verse, inshallah.
إلى ثمود أخاهم قال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره قد جاءتكم بينة من ربكم هذه ناقة الله لكم آية فذروها تأكل في أرض الله ولا تمسوها بسوء فيأخذكم عذاب
فيأخذكم
واذكروا إذ جعلكم خلفاء من
Okay, stop there. So the next verse we done is وَإِلَى ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا. So, and we sent to Samud, their brother Salih. He said, "Oh my people, worship Allah. You have no God other than Him. There has come to you a clear sign from your Lord. This is the she-camel of Allah, a sign for you. So leave her to eat on the earth of Allah Ta'ala, and do not touch her with mischief, lest a painful punishment will seize you." Okay, so remember now, Adam alayhi salam came to the dunya, remember this. And then he came with pure tawheed, then there was the degeneration. Then after there was what? Nuh alayhi salam, which was 10 generations after that, right? Then 5 generations after that was who? The people of Ad. Then and he sent to them, as Hud alayhi salam. And we told you they inhabited the area from Oman side to present Yemen. Now Allah Ta'ala is speaking about another people, and this is the people of Thamud, right? And this is interesting, because some interesting things to tell you about this. So this is the people of Thamud, right? So وَإِلَى ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا, and he came with the same message. Ya qawmi abudullaha, oh my people, worship Allah, He is your Lord, He is your Rabb. You're supposed to be making effort for Him. مَا لَكُم مِّن إِلَهٍ غَيْرُهُ. There is not for you a God besides Him. قَدْ جَاءَتْكُم بَيِّنَةٌ مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. The clear proof has come to you. And هَذِهِ نَاقَةُ اللَّهِ. This is the camel of Allah Ta'ala. So, these verses tell us about Sayyidina Salih and his people, the Samud. The account of the people of Sayyidina Nuh and Sayyidina Hud appears similar, same trend, similar thing, similar introductions of past prophets and the peoples, highlighting the call of truth given by prophets and the disbelief and denial of these peoples and the terrible consequences that overtook them due to the main subject, as far as the end of Surah Araf. So the common theme between all was people turned away from Allah Ta'ala. The Prophet came, warned them, told them that, look, if you don't turn towards Allah Ta'ala, then you will be destroyed. Then none accepted except a few from amongst them. And then those few that accepted the message, they were successful. Right? So then Allah Ta'ala destroyed them, and the few that heeded the call, they were saved. So similar today, in today's day and age, the Prophet came with his message. Those who will heed the call, those who will listen to the call, they will be successful. And those who turn their backs to the call, they will be unsuccessful, they will be destroyed. So in the first of the 4 verses cited above, in verse 73, وَإِلَىٰ ثَمُودَ أَخَاهُمْ صَالِحًا, we send their brother Salih. Earlier in account given about the people of Ad, it was stated that Ad and Thamud is the name of 2 persons who were amongst the progeny of the same grandfathers. So Ad and Thamud, here he says, remember, we spoke about Thamud, who Hud alayhi salam came, and now we're speaking about Thamud, who Salih alayhi salam came to. So these 2 people, if you trace their lineage, if you go up, you'll see they have a common ancestor. So it was children of the same father, so to say. Like I tell you, it was said that Ad and Samud is the name of two persons among the progeny of the same grandfather. The children of these two also came to be known by their name, and their two groups came to be separate people. So, like how many times you say the children of this person, the children of this person, that became the name of their tribe, right? One of them was called the people of Ad, and the other the people of Samud. They lived in the northwestern part of Arabia. The main city was called Hijr. That's why in the Quran Allah referred to it as Hijr. Allah referred to it as Hijr. And they call this in English Hegra, what they call Hegra, which is now known as Mada'in as-Salih. Like the people of Ad, the people of Thamud were also wealthy, powerful, brave, artistically inclined. They were skilled in sculpture and agriculture. Besides making palaces on open grounds, they were known to hew out mountains and create living spaces and structures on the inside of them. In his book, Ad al-Qarn, Mulana Sayyid Sulaiman Nadwi said that the architectural momentum still exists. They have Aramic and Samudic inscriptions carved upon them. The interesting thing is this is the place is called Mada'in as-Salih. Today, outside Arabia, if you go, there's a place called Al-Ula. Alhamdulillah, the last time we went for Umrah, we went to visit this place here. It's called Al-Ula. It is being made into a tourist attraction. There are many, many beautiful resorts. So they've got just outside Al-Ula, the town is called Al-Ula. Outside the town of Al-Ula, they got what it is Mada'in as-Salih. That is the city of Salih, where they've got in these mountains all of these inscriptions and these monuments that these people, that Samud created and they carved into the mountains. So for many years, this was concealed, was hidden, but they recently discovered and they made it open to the public. So today is like a national monument. Now, normally, remember, places where the azab of Allah Ta'ala strike, you're not supposed to go there because it's what you term as a makane mu'azzab, place where the azab of Allah Ta'ala had come. Remember the famous hadith, Nabi Sallallahu he was traveling somewhere, I can't remember, and then he said, let's hasten through here because, yeah, oh, sorry, it's the same place. This was the same place. He said, let's hasten through here. Let's hasten through here because the people of Thamud were destroyed in this particular place. So generally, many of the ulama say that you shouldn't go to these places. Although some ulama say, you know the verse, فَانْظُرْ كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُكَذِّبِينَ قُلْ سِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الْمُكَذِّبِينَ. Travel through the land and see where the end of those who denied Allah Ta'ala, those who belied Allah Ta'ala, those who rejected Allah Ta'ala. So some ulama say that if you go to these places, you can go there, but you must go with the sole intention of seeing the azab, the punishment of Allah Ta'ala that settled on those places. So generally, most of the ulama, they say, no, you mustn't go to this place because it's makan mu'azzab, you know, ismul maf'ul azaba yu'azzibu mu'azzibun, uziba yu'azzabu mu'azzabun, a place where the azab of Allah Ta'ala ascended. But as I said, today this place is being made into a huge tourist attraction. They've got all foreign companies operating the restaurants and all that type of them. But even Nazim is here, we'll continue tomorrow. So we had a good fortune of going to this place called Al-Ula. And just outside is Mada'in as-Salih, where all these mausoleums and these monuments are of the people of Samud. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Shall we stop there?